Since the beginning of time... Nope, that was another video. Well, this is still the same video, but it's a different video. But I'm making this video because I'm trying to piss someone off. So, every little bit of violence, the very little bits that do exist, are going to be completely censored, so you cannot complain that this is not a true pacifist run. Yes, I do kill people. Do they deserve it? Yes, they tried to kill me. Was it anybody important? Kind of, yes, it was the big people in big robot suits. But does it matter? No. Enjoy the censoring. If you want to see the original video, here it is. Well, top right. Instead, what we're going to do is try to get through the entire Titanfall 2 campaign without getting a single kill.
I still killed the big robot people.
This was a dumb idea. But I want to find out if it's possible to get through Titanfall 2 without getting a kill.
It's not.
We start off by booting up the simulation and seeing the green lights, looking at the dots, then going into VR, smoking past the entirety of the parkour sections that we're being taught slowly, until Lastimosa decides to be an absolute giga-chad and block my way. I tried to shoot him in the face and forfeit the challenge, but you know, it doesn't work since I have no bullets.
I actually do have bullets. I should
run
go back.
And I find a wingman, taking out all the targets, after reloading, obviously. The entire beginning section isn't really an issue. You can just kind of breeze through it without any problem. You don't have to kill anybody. Well, I mean, we're not going to kill anybody.
I killed the big robots.
Don't kill anybody
I
kind of
lied.
thing. Lastimosa plays on his iPad for a little
He's
bit,
a gamer,
just having
like
some fun on
me
Candy
for
Crush
real.
before he takes us to the Titanfall area. We call in our first Titan, and the game crashes. Well, the VR game. He pulls us out, and this is where the proper game starts.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Well, what the fuck? I forgot I put that.
We wake up from our little nap, and instantly we're injected with what would arguably be a lethal dose of gamer fuel, but simply, we're just stronger. So, we get up out of bed, and our pod opens. When we run out into the world, onto our hands and knees, and look around. This is about the moment when I realise that this is going to take a really long time.
I should just kill them.
I have to wait for all the specters to be
just
killed
kill them.
by my poor teammates.
My
I
teammates.
just watch hundreds of them throw themselves at
This
these
would be
robots.
so much easier if I just shot
die.
them. Why didn't I just shoot
I
them?
don't have to do this considering
I don't
that I
have
can't
to
shoot
do
back.
this. I don't have to do
Eventually,
anything.
I
I have
just
my
took a
own
dash
reader.
for it, since there wasn't really much else I could do.
I spent 2
This
hours
didn't end
on
well.
this.
I died. Quite a lot, actually. I died here too many times.
I think I'm gonna go
My man
insane.
Dash eventually made it, and I got through and the Titan nearly sat on my head. But luckily, Lastimosa comes in.
What an iPad boy.
However, Lastimosa wasn't enough, and Richter takes an ear. I wake up and there's a dog biting my toes.
He's biting
Why?
my
I don't know.
toes.
BT nearly shoots me because he has anger issues. Then, Lastimosa, like the absolute chad he is, grabs me by my throat and gives me the mission. He tells me what to do and how to do it, before realizing he doesn't in fact have any blood. He falls back and dies.
Did I kill him?
I then loot his corpse
Because he tried
and
to
make a
save
nice
me.
little
I
rock
feel like
pile
I
for
killed him. Like, spiritually, I killed
RIP
Lastimosa.
I put on his helmet, and without a second thought, I get on my way. Since,
I should have
well,
thought
there
about
isn't
it for
really
a
much
moment.
in this area apart from just running around and not shooting people. I know, how thrilling. Not shooting people.
Well,
So, I go and grab the first battery for BT, pick it up with relatively ease with my massive biceps,
Actually, they're bigger
run
than
back
average.
to BT, and realise this is the moment where I nearly lose my mind. There's a squad of grunts in this area, and I have to clear out all of them. But I can't kill them. Simply for the sake of completing this challenge, I'm going to stretch the definition of can't kill them.
So this is the
Since
moment
it's
where I
impossible
start
to move on
to
from
have
this
people
area
die.
without killing these grunts, that as long as I'm not the one that is throwing the explosive, as long as I'm not the one shooting the explosive, it's fine.
I
So,
do
I
kill
just
the
spend
big.
the next
I'm gonna
15 minutes throwing
reiterate
myself
that
at these grunts, guessing roughly when they're going to throw a
I
grenade.
killed a lot of robots.
I get so bored, in fact, that I start mining salt. Yes, this is me mining salt.
I
You're
should
looking at
have
a
added
salt
the mining
miner right
away
now. Maybe I'm
song.
mining cryptocurrency. No, I'm mining salt. I run at grunts, and they decide to blow themselves all up. I genuinely don't know why. This obviously took an incredibly long amount of time, as you can tell by this crazy salt compilation that's currently playing. But eventually, I was able to... What the fuck is he doing?
Hi, how are you?
This area wasn't difficult, it was just incredibly time consuming. because I knew that if I fucked up, well, I just blew myself up and I'd have to restart from the beginning. But eventually, the last grunt had killed themselves. I never actually saw it, they were just kind of dead. So I decided to punch his face.
Brutal.
Nice. A few times, to be fair. I then shove my green battery deep inside BT and secure it so it doesn't fall out while he gets on his knees and thanks me. Well, that's not actually what happens, but I continue on and I try to find the next battery. Just hopping around, not killing anybody because that would literally go against the entire point. I get inside the ship, I see the blue light, I follow the blue light, then I grab the battery and return to BT.
Yippee.
And return to BT.
I do it
doing
twice.
some absolutely sick parkour, as you can see. God, I'm so good at this game. This definitely didn't take me 2
Full
tries.
disclosure,
I then bunny hop over to the spectres before dying, because I am not good at this game. I tried to hack these spectres so many times, I just got eviscerated every single time. The one time I did do it, my friend just got fucking chokeslammed and killed. This is why I can't have nice things. Eventually my spectre friend kills the last guy, and I insert my meaty battery inside of BT. He opens up to me about his feelings, and I get in. It goes dark. Because surprisingly, there aren't many light sources inside of a robot. This next bit needs a little bit of explaining. I can't kill people, if you haven't already noticed, and this next section almost relies on you killing people while BT resets. The way you pass this is by surviving as long as you can until BT fully reloads. If you survive long enough, you'll hear this, and then you die. But when you respawn, you're back in BT and everything works. I really don't know why this is. I think it's literally just a timer that has to tick down for BT.
Call me a stripper magician.
So I get
just
out
like
of
that one
BT
song.
and he fights a big robot. However, BT kind of has this weird thing where he kind of wants to stay as far away from the robots as possible.
He's shy.
So I ended up having to get inside of BT. Well, I actually have to run over to him, get inside of him, and throw him at the robot.
Yeah.
He eventually killed him, and well, I didn't kill him.
I didn't do it.
Moving on to the blood and rust section, it was relatively easy. The first time I did it, I was not particularly smart. I thought I'd be an absolute genius and just kind of leave BT to get through it by himself. But BT died.
No.
I think I put too much faith in BT. The second time it
Dumbass
was
robot.
relatively easy. Nobody died, thankfully, and neither did I. I begin to move through the rest of the facility, and then I do some absolutely sick parkour, which I'm not going to show you because I definitely didn't try this 5 times.
4 times, actually.
I then get through the section, open the doors, and get through the rest of the facility. I run through the lockers, and then I go down the little slide waterfall thing, and almost get stopped by this one little grunt.
Stuck in
I
the
wasn't
door
really
with
sure what
it.
to do with him. I thought I could sneak past, so I tried to get past him here. But then I realized that maybe he doesn't want to be friends, so I decided to climb on the roof and wait for him to come out.
Patience is a virtue.
I call this the sneaky option. He eventually comes out, and I
congratulations.
sneak right past him without harring a single hair on his
That
head.
made so much sense.
I get through the rest of the area by literally avoiding everybody. I run along the outside of the
Yeah,
map
call
because
me
I'm just a
Sonic, by the way. I
genius.
nearly fell into
I get to the next
endless
area
void
and find
of
the militia people
Rule
that think I'm going to
34.
help them. Surprise, I'm not. I can't shoot people.
I can,
So I
I
just
just
run
don't
through
want
the
to.
entire facility and try and get to the kill dome as fast as I
Kill
can.
dome,
I
Pacifist
breeze through
run,
the rest
sounds
of the
good.
facility and give this Marvin a good stare before moving on.
Sounds great, buddy.
Now, for the more attentive viewers, you would have realised my guns changed. That's because I was an absolute idiot and forgot how to do sludge skip and thought that I'd messed it up so badly that I had to restart the entire chapter, and this was the gun it gave me. This is me attempting sludge skip.
Attempting.
And I use attempting. Attempting is the word.
Attempting is the word.
I basically just wait for BT to come and get me. He takes his time, to say the least. I wait a decent amount of time and then just run through the wall because Phantom.
He's a phantom.
He's a phantom. Kane
Oh my god,
is the next bit. I have to find Kane. Kane was easy. I really can't lie. Kane was very easy. I just ran up to him.
For the sake of public safety, I cannot actually show me finger blasting Kane. If you'd like to see me finger blasting Kane, subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Finger blasted him, and that was that. Kane got finger blasted. I finger blasted Kane. I am the blaster of fingers that blasted Kane. Why am I still talking about this? I run up to him, grab his earpiece, and chuck it on. I move on to the next area. Facilities. I disembark BT as to not squish on any of these small little defenseless people, and within moments my absolute massive brain decides to launch myself into this moving mechanism. I kill myself. It was fun. I then try again. BT runs on down this little path, squashing all the little people, and I move on further. But I find out here that BT really doesn't like that moving thing. I'm just going to call it the moving wall. He really doesn't want to move past it by himself. So I end up having to go back to get him, and I find myself killing myself to the exact same mechanism, but this time inside of BT. So I try one last time, and I think it's going good. But this time, he decides to stand inside the mechanism himself. It doesn't kill him, he just stands there, and I die. So I have to run BT through myself, at which point he decides he doesn't want to move still. He just doesn't like this area. So I just move on to the next area. This is where we met our second Titan. BT really didn't want to fight this guy, so I just kind of had to throw BT at him over and over again until he eventually killed him. It worked, but, you know, BT didn't want to do it. There were two more brutes. These were relatively simple. I would just play tone, slap down the shield, move back. Eventually, when they got closer, I'd place down a shield for BT and then play expedition while he just kind of shot them. This took a really long time, so I apologize for the mishmash of clips and potentially them moving. I never really got a fluid show of all of them. It just kind of went badly. With the last tone, I just ended up throwing BT directly at him while he uses core at me. This was probably one of the dumbest ideas I've ever had, but it looked somewhat satisfying. Somewhat. I then pressed the button to kidnap BT, run along to the elevator, and land it first try. First try. And I decide to beam down BT because I'm just such a cool person. I then once again prove my absolute prowess at parkour and land this first try. First try. I then run through the rest of the facility. There was literally nothing really that I needed to kill whatsoever. So I just ran through willy-nilly, got through it with relative ease. This section took longer than it probably should have because I ended up dying a few times and turning into a bird, it seems. I then sat inside of the moving house for a while. That was pretty fun. I enjoyed being a house and being squashed by the construction of the house. But eventually, just sitting back, relaxing on the sofa, watching the world go by. It was nice. Then I reached Ash's Dome. Ash's Dome was probably the most fun I had in this entire thing because I got to do a skip for the first time. I've never actually tried Dome Skip before, but, you know, I tried it today. If you don't know what Dome Skip is, basically you can skip the entire Kill Dome, Ash's Kill Dome, if you just follow where I'm going now. You'll go to the back wall, and you can just crouch and go under and through the wall. I really don't know why it's a thing. I just saw a guy do it in a video one time, and I was like, maybe I can do that. You then have to jump exactly onto this plain wall and line up your crosshair with this line that I'm showing you here. Then once you're sat there, and you wait for the rest of the dome to set up, Ash will say her lines, and it'll be the next zone. It really isn't that difficult. I run along the rooftops for a little bit and nearly get blown up, before reuniting with BT and jumping inside of his firm metal body. The moment I'm inside of BT, I use hover so that I don't squash any of the little rodent people. They're not rodents, they are... I guess they're dogs. I didn't squash any dogs. I then fly past the rest of the Titans, kind of nonchalant, probably taking way too much damage than I probably should have, grabbing a battery, before realizing that my one weakness is little pods. I couldn't fly or walk past this. It really was strange to me. I then move on to the next section. Ash appears, asserting her dominance. If I can call this dominance, I'm really not sure what this is.
I'd like to apologize to any children that are watching about the following.
God, that's beautiful.
Violence.
Anyway, I kill Ash.
I'm sorry.
Ash was easy.
Sorry.
Ash is dead now. Ash was pretty easy, to be fair. BT then moves on with his life in general, realizing he doesn't have to wait around for these people. And I move to the funny time travel area. If you have epilepsy, I sure hope you're not looking at the screen.
You should
right
really
now,
close your eyes, though, genuinely. Like, close them now. now.
Not
It's too
good.
late.
Just look
Please
away,
don't.
please. I beg you. I do some funny time travel, and this is the entirety of the time travel. I think it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Again, if you have epilepsy, you're probably no longer watching this video. And then punch this guy in the face. I personally think that is allowed for the pacifist run, in my opinion.
I don't think it was. I think I
already
just
dead.
wanted to punch someone in the face. I
Just
think
my
I'm a
opinion.
murderer.
I move on to the next area, since again, the time travel area was actually one of the easiest since I didn't really have to do anything. I play as Ronin, and I make friends with some robots.
You didn't want to be my
friend. But it turns out
friend.
they don't really want to be friends with me because they keep shooting me. So, that was a shame. I listened to the men begging me to help them, but if you didn't already know, their turrets will eventually kill all of
Pacifism,
them, so you don't actually
you
have to do
know.
anything. So I just frolicked and played with some more of the robots.
In reality,
Told
pacifism
them,
just
no,
means that...
don't do this.
No,
Why are you doing this? God,
no,
please, don't do
please,
this.
God,
You're... No.
Hey, please, no!
It was a sad sight to see.
It was really
to say
sad.
the least.
It was sad.
I then go inside the big building, get out,
You want to hear me
and
beatbox?
listen to these people telling me that I have a job to do. So, I do my job.
I'm jobbing.
I run through the power facility
Yeah.
relatively easily, since there aren't really anybody to kill
That
apart
was a
from
crazy
Marvin's in
slide
this
from
area.
me.
And Marvin killing is a crime, so I wouldn't do that. I run through the
I
entire
definitely did
facility
kill
and
a
get to
Marvin, I just
the
wanna make that very
little
clear.
arena area. I pick up the softball because I think it looks kind of cool. I hack some specters. Stabbing a knife into the back of their head
No, they
isn't
definitely
lethal.
died.
I just
They
want to make
definitely
that
died.
clear.
They definitely died.
Then, when the invisible timer ends, I run through into the next section after I've stabbed my third spectre in the head. And I just run through nonchalant because I can't...
That was
Wait a
That was
minute.
a pilot.
Wait a minute. The fuck? Why are there phase pilots here? They don't phase.
They're just Chilean, bro. Leave them alone.
Okay. I breeze past the phase pilot and
I
eventually
absolutely
find the Marvin
mug
holding
this
the
Marvin.
gun.
I absolutely mug
He
him. Watch
teaches me
this. This
his
is
wise
this is the
ways.
true violence here.
And I take his gun. However, I personally think this challenge is lost since, well, I mean, I made him sad. I made the Marvin sad. I think
That's
the challenge
basically
is over.
worse than violence.
I then breeze through the rest of the facility, clicking buttons, doing gamer stuff. I mean, if you've never gamed this hard before, are you really a gamer? That's what I thought. Shut the fuck up and start gaming.
I shouldn't have
I
been
jump
rude
in the
to people
vents
here.
and I go fast as fuck. I can't lie, this is my favorite area, but only the first 2 seconds of this area is my favorite, because eventually it just feels like you're losing that speed, and then you fall down. I meet back up with BT,
Mate.
and he's like, hey yo, you should charge that power core, and I was like, yeah, I should. So I did that, and
did
as you
do
can
that.
see, I did it.
I did it good.
I also found out you can't die in this area, but I do it fast because I'm a fucking gangster. The beacon blows up and it's my job to fix it, because of
Kaboom.
course I'm a repairman.
Call me
I'm definitely
Bob, by
not
the
just
way,
a
I'm
soldier,
building.
I'm also a repairman slash pilot.
Call me
I
Bob.
can do stuff.
Well,
I
I'm
don't know
building.
why I'm using this voice, it's very sarcastic.
Haha!
Because I'm an absolute
Huzzah.
genius, I forgot to get the clip of BT throwing me, so imagine he just threw me and I have now landed on the platforms. I breeze through this area, like to say the least. Like, it is just incredibly easy to get through. You don't really have to do anything.
Look at me hop, bro. I'm
I start
actually insane at
electrocuting a
this.
man to death, but then remember I'm not supposed to kill people, so I kind of stop. I personally argue he was just incredibly kinky, and that's what he's into.
If he had a
So
pacemaker,
I
he was dead.
moved on with my life. I got through the rest of the area, moved some cranes, and grabbed the one thing that I came to grab. The blue thing with gold stripes.
You know
the name
what else they
escapes me,
called
but I
the
know it's
blue
important.
thing with stripes?
I then take the module back to BT,
Your
but for some reason
mum?
it doesn't want me to go on the zipline, so it throws
Nailed
me
it.
off a few times and I fall to my death. So I go back again. I get on the zipline this time and really hope it doesn't throw me off again. It does a few times, but this time I take it like a champ and just kind of bunny hop it. BT then just starts stomping on people, doing some absolute gamer shit.
I don't condone
Destroying
BT's
them,
actions,
eating
by
them
the
like
way.
they're peanut butter.
Nom, nom,
Honestly, BT is the absolute unit. However, I don't really need him. I start to climb the tower myself. I made a really funny
I should make an
little
epic sound.
way
Hold
to
on.
do it, but you can hear BT in the background just absolutely destroying
I'm in the
people.
wall.
I then get inside the dish, climb
Dish!
it way too early. Well, at least earlier than I'm
Dish!
supposed to. Then the
Dish!
module thing comes down, and I grab it and
Yo, we're
replace it.
opening it up. Ka-chung.
Then the dish starts to move. I realise that probably any maintenance worker that would ever do this would die, but I'm no maintenance worker. I'm more than the maintenance man. I have a giant robot that will give me a thumbs up. subscribe for more thumbs up. I then run back and BT absolutely executes this Reaper. It's actually really satisfying. Then he continues to kill more people. And
oh no, I'm gonna have to send
a few
some
more
Hold
people,
up.
to be
Give me
fair.
a moment, kids.
I just kind of watch it while it happens.
I have to edit this video now.
The Reapers then decide to do a little bit of murder and jump on top of each other. I'm not really sure why they do it. They're actually horrible people. They killed each other. They were friends, brothers even. This Ronin then decides to run off into the sunset. Like, it's very strange. He just decides that this game is too much for him and he just runs away. I really don't know why he started walking away. It was very obscure. BT ended up killing him anyway. He came back and realized desertion wasn't an option, while Richter was just harassing the rest of the people. BT eventually gets the Lost Titan. I don't think he actually hit that shot, but you know, they died, so he must have. Richter was relatively easy to kill. I mean, a man that scratches his balls this aggressively is like pretty easy to kill, to be fair.
I wonder if I could add a metal pipe sound when he scratches his balls.
Pew! He doesn't die, so I have to
remember, kids,
kind of run up to him and grab him and
big German men by the balls,
run up to him and grab him and
they're not
slam
dying.
him and pew pew
They're
pew, you
having
know?
fun.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that was Richter. He's dead now. I then learned that Sarah Briggs is also in fact an iPad kid and just wanted to show me some memes. I get a thumbs up from Marvin before I drop down and take a whole new fight. This entire section is just me being a little rodent. I watch everybody else fight while I do absolutely
Bro, this mini milk is so yummy.
Just honestly built different, what can I say? As you can see by this crazy montage, I just run around doing literally nothing, trying not to die. I give up on Sarah Briggs actually making progress since I know she's invincible, and I just run till the end. I then spend about 3 minutes waiting for her to come back, at which point I was watching funny cat TikToks. And that, like, do any of you guys know that song goes like a dooba dooba dee da ba ba da dee da?
Oh my god, this was such an old song.
I love that shit.
I don't. I hate that
shit,
song.
bro.
It's so annoying.
So fucking sick. With the guys. The guys, am I right?
Oh wait, the ones
I run
the
through
men
rest of the
kissing.
battlefield. It's
Yeah, I
incredibly
remember
easy.
that one now.
I then run the last stretch. It's pretty easy. I mean, like, I get to the very end and die. Like, literally, I see the entire animation happen, but I'm dead. But I wouldn't focus on that, right? Really, just don't focus on that. I didn't die there. I actually got it first try, as you can see here. Then, with my mind, I just delete every single enemy Titan that exists. Because yes, I in fact have mind powers. Look at this shit. Where did they go? I don't know. The next section is grabbing the Ark, but it's pretty easy. I mean, I just kind of sit still and wait till things happen. I try and kill BT, but, you know, he's been pissing me off, and I need to take out my anger on somebody, so I try to kill him. It just doesn't really work. We're then introduced to Viper, who in fact has actually just been a fitness fanatic this entire time, and just shows us how to do jumping jacks. 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4,
I know how to do
4
them
and
now.
5. What an absolute king,
like
showing us how to get in shape. We, however, do not comply, so he throws us off our ship.
What the fuck?
Barker then drunk drivingly comes in and I break my legs.
The only reason
I give up here because my legs are now broken, but because of the fact I have sheer willpower, I carry on. I then jump between a couple ships. BT throws me a little bit, and I get on the big ship. Now, what are we doing?
We're big shipping! Yeah, we're big shipping, I said it.
Because the elevator comes before the guns. However, we can see the elevator is filled with people that don't really like us. So, what I do, ingeniously, is I jump behind them. I know, nobody's ever thought of this before, but I do it with such style and finesse they don't see it coming.
They didn't see it
I then run through the rest of the gun section, just activating all of the stalkers as I do, so that they can kill all the people that need the guns. I then wait for the 6-4 to come and get me, because I desperately need help. We then jump over a void, and jump onto the next section of the ship. Whee! Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy.
I then take a high vantage point, and wait for the rest of the 6-4 to get on with their little thing. I don't really have to do anything. Eventually, they'll kill all of them. It's really weird. So I just sit at the very top of the map and watch them do it. Some fun things that I noticed is that if you sit at this spot on the ship, the lighting kind of bugs out and your gun goes kind of stock white. Very interesting. Very strange. Fun fact. Thought you'd enjoy it. Once the 6-4 have killed everybody, they decide to kill me. We set down some charges. They told me to pick a target, but it was all a joke. They were joking. The moment they blow these things up, their entire intention is revealed. They wanted to kill me. They blow up the satchels, and I die instantly.
They're all fine apart from me.
While I'm aware this might not have been their choice, like no matter what, even if I was shooting people, I would be dead. But I decide to go invisible and just run through this area instead. I then direct the ship, and BT comes to get me. He misses me, so he breaks down the glass door and comes to get me. What a king. He opens up to me about his feelings once more, and I clamber in wholeheartedly. With BT, what I let him do was, I let him kill the Scorch and all the other non-man titans, but once all the people were dead, and it was just me and Viper, I eventually just decided to kill Viper. I struggled, I can't lie. I'm not as good as I used to be at this game, so I just played North Star and sniped him out the sky. It was quite fun, I can't lie. I then killed Viper forever, because he never comes back,
kill Viper,
and he will never come back, and that is a fact, and you cannot
comes
deny
back.
it. Viper's dead, and he'll never come back.
He's the purple guy! This is a reference.
Viper
there
comes
he
back.
is.
Hello guys. Today we have a list of top 5 Freddy Fazbear. Número 5.
Because who could have foreseen this?
He is the one who always comes
There's a little
back.
scrim between BT and Viper. They just have a little bit of, fun play. Viper, I'm realizing, shoots his weapon way too fast, faster than should be possible, but I just throw a grenade and blow him up.
You know,
There isn't really much I can do here.
there is something
Like,
I could
I
do.
cannot proceed
Friendship,
without
love,
killing
and
Viper.
magic can fix
And
everything.
push the
Maybe
big
all
blue
Viper
orb
needed was a
inside of
hug.
BT. BT
That's all he
saves me
needed.
from the impact of death, and
Nah.
BT gets tortured.
Yippee!
Yep, that's the next bit. BT gets tortured. I get a gun pointed at me, and BT opens up about his feelings, but this time it's the wrong person.
Oh.
He ends up having a gun shoved down his throat because of the fact that he opens up at the wrong time.
Yeah,
I'm
I
then
hate
surrounded by
when that
fire,
happens.
and I grab the seer kit, getting the smart pistol and my knife. I can't do shit with this, because again, I can't shoot people. Usually this section's really easy, but it's not, because I'm on Master's difficulty, and I genuinely found it impossible. Like, every time I went through it, I couldn't do it. Every time I get past and it looks easy, yeah, that's because I've changed the difficulty to normal. I personally just couldn't do it on the highest difficulty. I think it's genuinely impossible. BT then comes in, well, not BT, but Big Mech Man comes
Big
and
Mech
I put
Man?
BT inside of his
Yo.
face.
Yeah, let's
Now I
go.
have
Big
BT
Mech
back,
Man.
and I get inside of him for one last hurrah.
I love being inside
run
of
past
BT.
everybody.
God.
And get to the big-ass fucking door.
I love doors, and when they fuck.
I then
Yeah.
most definitely do not struggle to get past this door. I definitely didn't have to do this a lot of times
I didn't.
to actually get past
I
this.
didn't.
This was the easiest thing of my life. I eventually bugged my way through the door. What you have to do is you have to aim at the top bit and you have to crouch through the top. Since I couldn't kill any of these little small people, I just use my run and deflect and let them blow
definitely kill
themselves
them.
up, because in the context of Titanfall 2, people love to blow themselves up. I then run through the rest
Oh.
of the section, and as
Is
to
that
not
a
step on
reference
any of
to,
the Marvins,
no, my
I
God,
grab
what
all
am
the
I doing?
batteries
What am I
individually
doing?
because I'm just such a fucking Chad.
I am such a
Within the
Chad.
next
Yeah,
fight,
me too.
I let BT just take
I
all
think I
of
accidentally
the
killed those
non-Sloan
Marvins.
fights. He does pretty good. I mean, he fucking murks the first guy, to be
Yeah.
fair. I ended up having to do this about 3 times until I got it. I then make the massive brave decision to try and molten core, whatever the fuck it is,
Hey,
on
call me
top of
Torbjorn,
Sloan. It
by
did
the way, I'm
basically
molten
nothing. I then
coring you.
basically get rid of all of my health for no
Well.
reason. I apologize if clips are very out of order, by the way, because I ended up having to do this about 3 times. My game then bugged and I thought I could finish the game early, but I couldn't.
I just couldn't.
So
I just
I
died
wasted
here for
some
no
time
reason.
and just literally just killed myself for no reason because I thought the game would work. It didn't. Eventually, BT's an absolute chad and just kills them all, and then Sloan
Yeah.
comes back. It didn't go well, to say the least. I get to the last area with all the Reapers, and this one Reaper decides to...
Oh, that's a
I don't know what he
reference
does.
to
He just kind of
Overwatch.
gets out of my way.
It's a cha-cha
he's a
slide.
little baller. I kill Sloan, and I rip out the arc part. My screen goes black because BT just can't handle
love this part.
30,000 volts. Willy Wonka comes along and gives me his golden ticket. I take it
Yo!
with open arms. He's just so kind to such poor umplumpers like me.
I love being.
I then
Willy
take
Wonka.
his card and move on with my life, staggering towards the arc injector.
Call me.
I throw myself inside of the arc injector and
a
shoot myself
microchip. By
with
the way,
BT.
I'm injecting myself into your body.
BT, like the absolute Chad, however, throws me out.
Call me micro injector.
I can't lie, even now this scene genuinely makes me sad. I love BT
I love
so much, and
BT.
if you don't like BT,
No,
I
BT,
don't
my
like you.
baby.
You should like BT.
You
BT's a
should
nice
like
person.
BT's amazing.
Anyway, the rest of the game is pretty simple. I just basically parkour across a destructing world until
I'm
Barker
literally jumping.
drives into me again and tries to save me. It's a quite stressful environment, and I was pretty sure Barker
Nobody
nearly
died.
slammed into me opposed from saving
Nobody
me.
died.
So, you know, things went well.
No,
I didn't
blowing
kill
up a
anybody.
planet,
in the
nobody
entire
died,
game.
I promise.
Sarah Briggs comes along.
Nobody
I
died.
get evac'd, and everything's okay. And I didn't kill a single person.
Apart from the planet.
Well, but then the planet kind of
Yeah, the
explodes.
planet.
So maybe it was all for nothing.
It wasn't for nothing. I saved everybody that wasn't on the planet.
Maybe.
Call me a real pacifist. By the way, I only
But-
kill people on my planet.
It is possible to pass Titanfall 2 without killing a single person.
While staring at a dead
Well,
planet.
okay. You kind of have to kill the big guys.
Yeah, the big dudes.
You know,
Yeah, I
you have to
killed them,
kill
and I
all the
warned you
apex
about that.
predators. Otherwise, it's not possible.
Well,
Maybe if you can glitch past
Spiritually.
some of them, it's doable. But I don't know how.
nah.
This is an incredibly fun video to make. I
This
took a long
well, actually, you know
time
what?
on
I'm
it. I
fuck,
can't lie.
Hold on.
I don't.
Alright, I've taken over the monologue completely. The monologue is now mine. I am leading the monologue. Initially it was fun to make, but I've just been going through the entire thing just trying to be like, you know what? I'm going to justify myself because I feel bad about killing those people because one guy was like, you killed Ash. You killed this guy. You know what? Yeah, I did. And what? They're big fucking robots. You think I respect robots? No. I don't respect robots. You want to know why? Because my mother was a robot. And you know why I don't respect my mother? Because she sold my left toe to some kid in Vietnam when I was 7, and I will never forgive her for that. That's what robots do. Robots will fuck you up. Don't trust robots. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If you want me to sound unhinged on top of stuff, like and subscribe.